Hey everybody, welcome to 302 Sobriety. I'm just giving you a little update with my way of thinking. What I'm trying to do is trying to let you see what goes on in my brain that normally would have gotten me to drink and get high. Now that I've been sober for a little while, these feelings are really new, and I'm dealing with it on life's terms without any altering medications or liquor or any substance. I'm not perfect. I have to get used to all this that I'm going through. But just to let you know, for myself, I've been going through, how should I say, I gave my resignation. That was yesterday. Monday, I had the problem with my van, okay? And Monday, I was going to give her my resignation and talk to her because she wanted to have a meeting, 8:30 in the morning. So Tuesday, which was yesterday, I came in at 8:30 so I can talk to her. And it was she and I alone in the facility, in the office. And we don't get patients till 9 o'clock. So I figure we have a few minutes, maybe we can talk. Well, she says, we can't talk today. And that was it. Apparently, I texted her. Not apparently, I texted her to tell her we need to meet today. She says, not today. But she wouldn't give me an answer. She's been avoiding me for a while. And this is the first time that any type of communication was coming across. Let me just explain. For me, it's a hard thing to deal with separation. Separation is real rough for me. And those were one of the biggest things that had me to drink. You know, whether a friend left, somebody died, even leaving a job. These are good people I'm leaving. I love these people. But it's time for me to move. I have to keep moving on. And the guilt is not going to kill me this time. You know, I have my support system. I have my meetings. I talk to a lot of people. I have to get, things to work. It's not that I want to hear what I want to hear. I'm just letting you know what's going on with me and how I think. And I know I have the final decision what to make. Well, yesterday before I left, I wanted to just speak to her. She was in her office by herself. There was no clients or anything. And she closed the door, and then she came out for a little while. She was talking to someone on the telephone, on her cell phone. And I just waited for a while. She came out, talked to the receptionist that was there, that we all worked together. And she walked into the office and just closed the door. I waited for a couple of minutes. She didn't come out. I said, fine, here. I gave it to the receptionist. I said, here's the letter. I know that might not have been the right way to do it, but I had to get it across. And you can say, yeah, I had to do it on my terms. You're damn right, because I have 2 weeks notice that I gave her. And that was from, from Monday. And I couldn't give it to her on Monday, so I wanted to give her on Tuesday for 2 weeks. I gave it to her, came into work this morning, still nothing. She didn't talk. She didn't say anything. She just looked at me and just kept on walking, did whatever she had to do. But everybody else in the office knew that I was leaving because she told them that I was, Michael gave a notice. It is what it is. And I get to the point that I get fed up. Don't treat me like a little kid. If you want to be a little kid and you want to be petty and you want to do all that stuff, you don't want to talk to me, whatever it is, that's all good and fine. If you're angry because I'm doing it and that's the way you deal with it, I understand that. But you're taking it out to the next level. And I remember taking it to the next level. And I see myself in her when she does something like that. And I just think it's unfair for everybody. For her, for me, for the office. So, today really, really did it. We had a luncheon that one of our med reps, gave us. And we usually are assigned seats. Well, she usually sits next to me. This time she walked into the room, grabbed the food, sat across, and she could say, "Oh, I wanted to see the rep face to face opposite her." She's never done that before. All the reps that we've had, she's always sat next to me. And these are the little things that I pick up on. Maybe I'm being petty about it, but you know something? I follow my gut feeling. So far, this is what's kept me alive. And sometimes I need to move, And this is the stuff that was bothering me. That adds stress to the whole office. And I don't want to be part of that anymore. And this is my boss, someone that's supposed to be responsible enough to say something. If she has an issue with me, say it. I try to talk to her. No, it's on her terms. And I know it is what it is. And that's why I have the attitude that I do. Maybe it sucks. That's life. That's just life. I bet you she says the same thing about me. Whatever the case, Wednesday is going to be my last day. I'm going to move on. I'm going to do what I need to do for myself. I need to grow. I feel stagnated at the job. That's the bottom line. I feel stagnated. This is the telephone thing, just being on the telephone, not talking to people, just picking up phones and not doing what I was trained to do. It bothers me. So I just do what I have to do a day at a time. I'm right now going to a meeting to share because it weighs on me. It weighs on me heavy. I thought it would be a nice break, a professional break. That's why I wrote the resignation letter. Otherwise, I would have just walked out. The stress alone was driving me to run. And for me, and I hate to say it, it's like you flight or fight when you're up against the corner. Well, I'm doing both. The way I fight is by, being an ass. And I know I'm an ass. And when the time comes and she wants to talk, maybe I'll apologize for what I did. I know I'll own up to my part. But, and the flight is, I got to get out of there. Fight or flight, I got to get out. And I got to keep moving. I got to keep my head level enough, take care of myself, and not fall into that negative and that not having that serenity that I had before. I had more serenity by having less. I don't know if you get that. All I want to do is just live my life, do my job and everything, but it's like almost this is how I think, I'm sick and tired of some people, man. I'm sick and tired of people, period. Myself sometimes. I'm sick and tired of myself. Maybe I'm looking at myself in the mirror with a lot of people. These are things that I had to figure out. I'm so confused. My anxiety is off the charts. Unbelievable, off the freaking charts. All I want to do, the thoughts that go in my mind, I want to fight, I want to do this. That's the way I was, the old Michael. But it's still there. The old Michael's still there. The only difference is I'm trying to work through it. I'm trying to cope through it. And it's one fucking hard thing to do for me. Maybe this is to make me grow for the next time I encounter this. And I do what I need to do. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to be mean to anyone. But let me tell you something. I'm not going to be a doormat either. I'm going to take care of myself. That's going to be the bottom line. And I I just pray that everything turns out well for both of us, and that we get to move on and do our thing. I would like to stay friends with her because she's a great woman. She's a great person, and she's a businesswoman. She's taking care of her thing. But my business is me. I'm my own business. I'm the product. I gotta take care of myself. That's my business. That's what I gotta do. Well, with that, I don't know if you guys go through it, if you think the same way I do, but I go home and I pray and I say, please God, help me out. I know it's your will, not my will, and I keep fighting it because I want to put my will in there, and it messes things up all the time. And I have to learn. I mean, I'm talking about since the age of 5, I've been acting this way. So it's been hard for me to break that habit. I catch it sometimes when it's small things, but when I get involved in my own feelings, in my own head and everything, oh man, I feel bad for people because of how I act. At the same time, I got to find that balance. I don't want to feel too bad because that's what saves me. I don't want to be a chump. I don't want to be somebody that's just going to lay back and you're going to do whatever the hell you want, because too, I'm a human being. I make mistakes. I try to turn it over to God, and most of the time I do. My higher power, I meditate, I do all that stuff. I go to my meetings, and it takes work. Let me tell you, you guys that are using out there, like for me, I was hiding behind that liquor, the drugs and everything, to cover up the pain and everything that I'm feeling at this moment. And it was the easiest way to get out was just, I'm going to go get high. Hey, it'll cover it up for a little while, and I could go through it, and after everybody, everything blows over, then I'm fine for a little while, and I'll just keep on going. But I'm ruining myself. I was ruining myself. The sayings that these rooms have, one day at a time, easy does it, turn it over to God, turn it over to your higher power. I'm working it. I'm doing it. I'm working my steps. The things about, if you look at the steps, it applies to everybody, not only people that use. Read those steps. They're made for a reason. You take steps. Step 1, you admit that you're powerless over alcohol, or you're powerless over drugs. Whatever it is, you are powerless at it. You know that if you start, the way I was, I'm just going to take a little bit and live life? No, because I get carried away. You see how I'm getting without it? See how I'm thinking? Why would I put another chemical to mess things up for me? I'm just going to keep on doing what I have to do. Now I feel bad for a little while. I'll get over it. It'll pass. All this will pass. But during that time, from when I started until it passes, I need to pray. I need to turn it over to God and go to my meetings and do what I have to do. And above all, I need to not use anything, not use an escape. Work through it. It make me stronger. It made me stronger when I was biking. It made me stronger when I was doing all the things for myself, and I think this is part of my learning lesson. I just, I gotta forgive myself for how I do and just try to work it out. Subscribe, please. Comment. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna miss these people. I'm gonna miss the people that I worked with. I don't want to get sentimental because that's the other part of me. I gotta be Mr. Tough Guy, big guy. I'm 6'3". So I got to portray an image. I try to break down that image. It doesn't always work, but let's see what happens. Please subscribe, comment, share, and let me know what you think. All right. And visit my other sites on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I have a closed group on Facebook. I have an open group, 302 Sobriety. All right. You guys take it easy. Stay sober. Stay strong. One day at a time. Later.